Hello guys, football talks. Tottenham Hotspurs 4, Southampton 1. It was a fine victory for Antonio Conte's men in London, and the game started on a wrong note for them when Southampton took the lead in this game after a fine walk. After some fine work was done down the left hand side by Dijenepo, and he sent the ball into the box, which what Prowse volleyed into the back of the net and smashed into the back of the net to have Southampton 1-0 up in this game. And from then on, Spurs were faced with the task of getting back into this game, but they were able to do just that. After Sessegnon was located by a fine delivery and he put the ball into the back of the net to have Spurs back in this game. And from then on, it was all Spurs. Spurs got the second goal in this game when Son picked up the ball and crossed the ball into the box, which Eridaya headed the ball beyond Bazuno, who had a fine performance in this game, but couldn't do much about the goals he conceded. And Spurs only added to those goals that were scored. Kulusevski looking lively in the game, and Spurs as well looking lively in the game. Salisu scored an own goal to have Spurs 3-1 up, and then Kulusevski completed the scoring for Spurs and completed Southampton's misery in the game when he put the ball into the back of the net himself to ensure that Spurs started the season very strongly. It has to be said, and I think it has to be asked as well, what is a realistic target for Spurs this season? Do you feel they can finish in the top? Do you finish they can finish the top for this season, or do you feel they should be aiming to win the Premier League? And personally, I think this squad may need much luck to be able to compete for the Premier League, but I don't think they are too far off from competing for the Premier League. Antonio Conte is a manager who puts a lot of planning into his seasons and into his work, and I think that Spurs, with luck with injuries and things like that, I think they can manage to compete for the title. But first things first, they will definitely have to first ensure that they qualify for the Premier League, qualify for the top four, or finish in the top four, or qualify for the Champions League. And if they are able to do that after some points in the Premier League, I think the next realistic thing for them during the course of the season will be to go for the Premier League. But it has to be a step at a time. But I think this team has what it takes. They have good strikers, good goal scorers. They have some good defenders. The keeper is a good keeper. The midfield is not the strongest, but I think it's just good enough. But definitely they will need luck with things like injuries, fatigue, and things like that. And I think this squad can cope with such challenges. Let us know in the comment section below. Where do you see Spurs finishing quarter of the season? Let us know what you feel is a realistic target for Spurs. Same goes for Southampton as well as for some of those men. Where do you see Southampton finishing quarter of the season? What do you feel are the challenges Southampton are facing as a team? What do you feel they can do to play even better? Let us know. Same goes for Spurs as well. Do you feel they still need signings? The window is still open. Do you feel they still need signings? What do you feel they can do to play even better? What do you feel like challenges they are facing? What do you feel like solutions to these challenges as they are facing as a team? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and move it for the next game day. Goodbye and God bless.